Hi electronics lover, today let's look at these two important board for electronics engineer. This is Veroboard and then Breadboard. Alright, so the use case, the comparison, the difference, and then how the breadboard is internally connected. So let's begin with this one that will not do much with it. So this is the Veroboard. You might be hearing the name Veroboard, or you might have not seen it. This is Veroboard with perforation for inserting electronics component. So the Veroboard, the back side of it is coated with copper dot, so that whenever you want to solder component, the copper will attract the soldering element to stay on the board, and it's also for easy tracking of the soldering, that the line will be continuous. All right, so how this one work is it's more like a permanent board. So after PCB, I think the next permanent board should be this Veroboard. It's for permanent joining of electronics components. So whenever you insert electronics component to this board, you must solder them at the back to let them stay on the board. So this type is dotted type, so you can see the copper is just dot connected. So there are some type that are line type, where the copper are already connected horizontally and vertically in some case. So for example, this line is connected. So this is the dotted type. So whenever you connect a component to this board, you must solder it so that it will remain permanent, and then you must run the track as I have done so far. So see, look at this big one. Look at a lot of components I have inserted to this board, and of course I soldered them at the back. So this is the Veroboard. Alright, so more of permanent work, and then for more advanced projects, then I would say mid-level project that require much components. So when you get to very complex board, you should use PCB. So after you want to experiment for testing and a fewer components, then you go with the breadboard. So the breadboard is also a prototype board. This one is for temporary experiment. So try to get it out. So this one does not require soldering. So whenever you connect any component here, that component is internally connected. So this line you are seeing on this breadboard, they are internally connected. So this first side, this vertical side, the red and sky blue side, they are for power. So as you can see, positive voltage. So if you want to supply voltage to the board, you insert it to this first line on the red side, then the negative voltage will come here. So this main side is for component. If you want to insert components, resistor, LED, capacitor, a lot of different components, so you insert them here. So whenever you insert them and you want to supply the power to the component side, you jump power from the power side to cross to the component side. So how are they connected internally? Alright, so before I open the back, I will open the back to show you how the connections run, but I will explain it from the outside part. So the power section is connected vertically as it runs. So internally, that is all these dots on the power side, they are connected. So here, there's continuity. There's continuity from the start to the end of the board. On this, only the power side. So you get it? These two lines. So they are connected from start to the end. So on the main side of the board, for the component, they are horizontally connected. So the connection, that is the continuity, run this way, this way, this way. So each line that run from left to right are on the same connection. Okay, so this one that separates, the continuity is not from this section to this section. So this side is separated, this side is separated. But for example, this line 10 run down here, stop here, and 20 run down here, and then stop here. So let's open the back and see, and then we will also insert some component and see how they run. So this is what I was saying. You see those vertical running at the power side. See another power side. See the horizontal running. They are the section, the main middle side for the component, and you see the middle lines separate them. Okay, so let's insert few components and experiment. Let's insert this LED. Okay, so I need to extend the connection to the power side. This side is the positive, so I'll connect the power to the positive side. The same line where the pin is, you can see. So where the pin in the same horizontal line, then I jump it to the power side, so that if I place the power on any of this line, it will supply positive voltage to the LED. So let me use instead of using jumper, I'm supposed to use resistor, so let me put resistor instead. So as you can see, they are on the same horizontal line because they are internally connected, so they will be supplied from that resistor to this pin. So let me connect the negative side to the negative supply. So this is the negative track to the negative supply. So all I need to do now is to bring positive supply to any pin here and bring negative supply to this track, any pin. This will be where I will connect positive. This is where I will connect negative. Okay, so let's just experiment. This is negative, black. This is positive. As you can see, the LED turned on without me doing any soldering or any joining at the back of the board, because breadboard is internally connected. So as I said, thanks for watching. If you like this video, don't forget to subscribe to my channel, share with friends, comment and like.